Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Rajiv Kamal from AN Sinha Institute of Social Studies, Patna. Today we are discussing the module Distribution of Tribes in India from the paper Tribal Culture of India. The main learning objectives of this module are to develop some understanding of the concept of tribe that have been made in anthropology, to know the classification of Indian tribes on the basis of geographical location, to know the classification of Indian tribes on the basis of language spoken by them, to know the classification of Indian tribes on the basis of their cultural integration, and the last objectives of this module is to know the classification of Indian tribes on the basis of economic activities pursued by different groups of tribals. Article 366(25) of the Constitution of India refers to the scheduled tribes to those communities who are scheduled according to Article 342 of the Constitution of India and has been declared so by the President of India. So there is no concrete definition of tribes even in the Constitution, as it mentions only those communities who are scheduled according to the Article 342 of the Constitution and have been declared so by the President of our country. These tribes are called either denotified tribe or scheduled tribes of India. The total scheduled tribes population in India is slightly more than 8% of the total population as per census 2011. According to the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, the characteristics of scheduled tribes are distinctive culture, that is, each tribal group has its own unique culture, geographical isolation. Tribals are generally isolated from the mainstream population. However, now some of the tribals are also moving outside their habitat to the cities for the job opportunities. Some indications of primitive culture: shyness with the contact of other communities, that is, most of the tribal communities are hesitant to interact with the caste communities or non-tribal communities. They are generally backward. Basis of Indian tribals classification. The Indian tribal population are classified on the basis of geographical region as well. The tribal population is mainly concentrated in certain parts of the country. The classification of Indian tribes can be made on the basis of geographical locations, languages they spoke, the cultural integration of tribal groups. The classification can also be made on the basis of ethnic distinctiveness and on the basis of economic practices they have. The first classification, which is based on the geographical locations, is the tribals of India can be classified geographically into north, northeastern zone, the states of central part of India, and the states of southern zone. The concentration of tribal population in different states of India is shown in the map. It can be seen that some of the states of northeastern part of the country and central zone, such as Bhopal, Chhattisgarh, such as Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand in the central part, and some of the states of western part, such as Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and Gujarat, and the states of Andhra Pradesh in southern part have more concentration of tribal population. but the highest percentage of to the general population, but the highest tribal population is found in the northeastern part of the country. Now we can see the first zone of tribal concentration, which is north and north states of the country. The first state of northern India is the state of Kashmir, and the major tribal groups are Sipi, Beda, Palti, Bot, Changa. The second state of northern India is Himachal Pradesh, and the prominent tribal communities of this state are Gaddi, Kanora, Lamba, Gujar, and Lahola. The third state of North India is Uttar Pradesh, and the main tribal communities are Bhotia, Bhuska, Jaunsari, Raji, and Tharu. The state of Rajasthan has the important tribal communities such as Bhil, Meena, Koli, Damor, Dhanka. The state of Rajasthan is located in the western part, but convenience of for the sake of classification, it is categorized into north and northeastern zone. In the northeastern part of the country, in the state of Sikkim, the important tribal communities are Bhutia, Sherpa, Lepcha, Tibetan. In another state of Arunachal Pradesh, which is also lying in northeastern part of the country, and the important tribal communities are Kuki, Kachari, Mikki, Garo. In the state of Mizoram, in northeastern zone, the important tribal communities are Chakma, Dimasha, and Garo. The next zone is central zone of the country. In central zone, the state of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh are categorized. In the state of Jharkhand, which was erstwhile Bihar, the important tribal communities are Baigaj, Asur, Birhor, Gond, Bhumij, Padahiya, Santhals, Munda, Oraon, etc. In the next state, Chhattisgarh of Central Zone, the important tribal communities are Gonds, Ahuj Maria, Baisan, Horn Maria, Muria, Halwa. Muria and Maria are concentrated mainly in one of the districts of Chhattisgarh, which is Bastar. In the next state, Madhya Pradesh of Central Zone, the important tribal communities are Kols, Baiga, Gonds, Oraons, and Kamars. The last category of the geographical location is Southern Zone, and the states belong to this zone are Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands is a separate category, but it is kept in the southern zone for the geographical classification. In the state of Karnataka, the important tribal communities are Adian, Kudiya, Koya, Malaikuda, Kuraga. The next state of Tamil Nadu in southern zone have the important tribal communities such as Eravalan, Irular, Kadar, Konda, Kapuj, Toda. In the state of Andhra Pradesh, the important tribal communities are Gadwaj, Chenchuj, and Gond. In Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the important tribal communities are Andamanese, Jarwaj, Nicobaris, Onges, Sentinelese, and Sompens. Some of the some of these tribal communities of Andaman and Nicobar Islands are very small in number and facing the situation of extinction. The population of India consists of many types of people, culture, and ethnic groups. Due to diversity in the population, there is a high degree of variations in the language they spoke. Every group of population having their own dialect and developed in their own regions due to isolations from the rest of the society. Large number of uh, tribal population also create differences between the socio-economic and cultural culture of particular communities. According to the 8th schedule of the Constitution of India, there are 22 national languages. In the beginning, during the drafting of the Constitution, there were only 14 such languages, but later on, 8 more languages were added through 92nd Amendment of the Constitution. The 22 official languages are which are mentioned in the Constitution of India are Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Manipuri, which is also known as Methi, Marathi, Nepali, Udiya, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santhali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, and Urdu. The official language of the country is Hindi. The next category of classification is based on the languages spoken by the tribal communities. According to the Constitution of India, 8th schedule recognized 22 national languages. When the 8th schedule was written during its draft form, there was only 14 languages, and later on 8 more languages were added after the 92nd Amendment. The official language of the Union of India is Hindi. However, the languages recognized by the Constitution are Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Manipuri, which is also called as Methi, Marathi, Nepali, Udiya, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santhali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, and Urdu. These languages are grouped into different category. The first is Indo-European category, second is Austro-Asiatic category, third is Dravidian group, and fourth is Sino-Tibetan group of languages. The Austro-Asiatic group of language is further categorized into two groups. First is Mon Khmer and the second is Munda. Similarly, Sino-Tibetan language is divided into further two groups. The first is Thai group and the second is Tibeto-Burmese group. As discussed, the Austroasiatic family is divided into two subgroups and they are Mon Khmer Varanj. It includes the tribes like Nicobaris and Khasi tribe, and the second category of Austroasiatic families Munda branch. It includes the tribes like Santhals, Munda, Khadiya, and Shabar who speak Munda branch of language. This branch is the largest in Austroasiatic family and includes the tribals from Chota Nagpur, Odisha, and central India. Santhali language speaker are alone the largest speaker of the Austroasiatic family. Some of the following speeches are given in Munda branch of Austroasiatic family such as Mundari, Santhali, Kherwari, Agadia. Mundari speaking tribals are confined to the areas such as Mayurbhanj, district of Odisha, Ranchi, Betul, and Santhal Pragnas of Jharkhand. The next important group of language is Dravidian family, which is further divided into three groups. North Dravidian, South Dravidian, Central Dravidian. The North Dravidian language are spoken by Malto, Kurukho, and Orong. The South Dravidian language are spoken by Tamils, Malayalam, Kannada, Kurgi, Toda, Telugu. And in Central Dravidian languages are Gondi, Koya, Parji, Kolmi, and Kui. The Aryan subfamily is further divided into Iranian branch, Indo-Aryan branch, and Dardic branch. The Indo-Aryan branch have two groups of languages, outer branch and mediate sub-branch. The Tibeto-Chinese language is divided into two subgroups, that is, Siamese Chinese group subfamily, which consist of further two groups, Thai linguistic family, and it includes Pakail, Khamati, and Ahom tribes. The second is Tibeto-Burmese group of languages within Siamese Chinese group. The Tibeto-Burman are usually Mongoloids. The characteristics of these people are yellow skin color, straight hair, epicanthic eye fold. These include the tribal communities such as Lepcha, Avor, Bhotia, Mir, and Mismi. Tibeto-Burman is also having subgroup, that is Tibeto-Himalayan family, Himalayan group, Bhotia group, and North Assam group, and Assam Burmese branch. Himalayan group include the people from the belt of South Himalayas from the Himachal Pradesh. In eastern Himalayan belt, there lies Bhutan. The speeches of this group are Dhimal, Sunwara, Laholi of Chamba of Himachal Pradesh. Rai, Tamang, and Gurung are the tribal communities who speak this group of languages. Bhotia group includes the Ladakhi, Balti, Bhotia, Laholi in Sikkim. These groups include the following languages such as Sikkim Bhotia, Laholi, Sherpa, Spiti, Ladakhi. North Assam includes the languages such as Bismi, Miri, Dafla, Hursho. Assamese Burmese group include Bodo group, Naga group, Kuki group, Burma group, and Kuki Chin group. Bodo group include the languages such as Dimasa, Garo, Deori, Mikir, Bodo, Koch. Naga group of languages are spoken by Chang Naga, Konyak, Kacha Naga, Shema, Nagami, Lotha, Regma. Kanchin group include Kawari and Singpo. Kuki Chin group language is spoken by Chiru, Amol, Thodo, Methi, Manipuri, Rangkhol, Halom, and Burmese group of language is spoken by Muru or Kanij. The next category of classification of tribals is based on the basis of cultural integration. The Aboriginal tribes of India are the integral part of Indian population. It has been believed that the tribes are associated with the Hindu neighbors since time immemorial. The different tribal groups of India having different ecology, economy, religious beliefs, and practices. The anthropologists like Elvin Majumdar and Roy Verman have tried to understand the level of integration of tribals with the mainstream population of India. Assimilation is the process of continuous contact of the culture of one population or group of population to another population or group of population which led to changes in the existing societies. According to L. Grover, who said that normally we may expect assimilation only when the outlook of one society is inclusive and when this society is definitely stronger and its culture is more advanced. Indian context, the tribal people came in contact with their neighboring Hindu population and started practicing the Hindu way of life, their customs and rituals. This process is called as Hinduization of tribes. Some other groups of tribal population also converted into Christianity and started practicing their culture. This cultural contact given rise to different set of tribes on acculturation level. Professor G.S. Gurye in 1963 divided them into three different classes. The first is members of fairly high status with Indian society, such as the Rajgond tribals. The second is partially Hinduized tribes, and the last one, the third is hill sections of tribes. In anthropological perspective, N.K. Bose in the year 1941 drew the attention that how tribes get attracted to societies by mixing themselves in production of the non-tribal society which provided them protection and security. According to Bose, by this process, tribes got absorbed to larger Indian Hindu society, and he called it Hindu mode of absorption. Later, in the year 1977, M.N. Srinivas has also talked about Sanskritization, in which he explained how lower caste people moving towards the upper caste system by changing their lifestyle, by adopting the lifestyle of upper caste population. Sanskritization is the process of upward social mobility. So, some section of the tribal societies are following Hindu social order to get into the upper hierarchy of the society. Another academician, Sujit Sinha, had delineated the process of assimilation of tribes into caste peasant ways of Indian civilization through the adoption of agriculture, technology, and linguistic and cultural norms of the peasant caste. The Varna Jati model of absorption has given way to the search for political status as ethnic minority within a constitutional framework informed with an egalitarian democratic ideology. This inspired the rise of ethnic based solidarity movements led by educated elite. Their broad correlation between the intensity of the separatist solidarity movement and the degree of spatial cultural isolation from the regional caste and peasant society. But the orientation of tribes towards the Hindu social order has been more accurately classified by Professor V.K. Roy Burman. Professor Roy Burman has classified the Indian tribals into four groups on the basis of their integration into Hindu fold of life. The first is assimilated fully and incorporated towards the Hindu social orders, and the example of the tribal communities are Rajgons of Mandla, Bhumij of West Bengal, Ahoms of Assam, and Bhils of Rajasthan. The second category of tribals who are positively incorporated towards the Hindu social orders, and examples of this group is Santhals, Oraon, Munda, etc. These tribes have absorbed the cultural beliefs symbols, and values of the Hindu society, and hence positively incorporated the Hindu social orders. The third group is tribes who assimilated to 100% to other religion like Christianity. These tribes are Nagas and Mijos of northeastern states of Nagaland and Mizoram. And the last category is some of the tribes who are neither assimilated towards the Hindu nor Christian religions. They are different and not much aware about the Hindus and Christians religions. Classification on the basis of racial characteristics. The classification of tribes in India has been done by the several anthropologists, but the first classification was made by Risley in the year 1915. At the time of census of India, he has collected several data to classify the tribes of India. Later on, Professor B.S. Guha has provided the classification by using anthropometric measurements, and his classification is more accurate. He classified the racial elements into 6 major and 9 subtypes in modern Indian population. Professor B.S. Guha's racial classification. Guha has classified the Indian tribes into Negrito, Proto-Australoid, Mongoloid, Mediterranean, Western Brachycephalic, and Nordic types. These racial classifications are made on the basis of the physical features of the tribal communities. The first is Negritos. They are characterized by the medium or either a small head, long and bulbous forehead, flat and broad nose. They have frizzly hairs, short stature, and the finest representatives of this group of population are Irulaj, Punians, Kadars of South India. Tribal groups living in the Rajmahal Hills are also included in this group. The second is Proto-Australoid group. They are characterized by dolichocephalic head, supraorbital ridges are prominent, broad nose, prognathous jaw, skin color is dark brown to black, hair is curly and wavy in form. They are short in height. The tribes of central and southern India represents this group of tribal population such as Mundas, Santals, Orange of Chotanagpur regions, Badagas, Kurumbas and Chenchus of Andhra Pradesh, Kols and Wills of central and western India also belong to this group of population. The third group is Mongoloid. Mongoloid group of population are divided into long-headed and broad-headed. The long-headed Mongoloids having medium nose, prominent cheek bones, skin color varies from light brown to dark brown, and they represent the Himalayan tribes living in Assam and Burma regions. The broad-headed Mongoloids are characterized by round face, medium nose, dark skin color, and they are identified from the hills of the tribes from Chittagong like Marks and Chakma tribes. Within the Mongoloid group, there is another category of Tibeto-Mongoloid. The tribal population belonging to Tibeto-Mongoloids group are having broad and massive heads, flat and long face, medium to long nose, epicanthic eye fold with oblique scanty hair on the face and body, skin color is light brown, and they are found in the regions of Tibet and Sikkim. The fourth group is Mediterranean, which is further subdivided into three types: Paleo-Mediterranean, Mediterranean, and Oriental. The fifth group of Guha's classification is Western brachycephals, and this group is further divided into three subgroups, that is Alpinoid, Dinaric, and Armenoid. The last group of Guhaj classification is Nordic group of population. The physical characteristics of Nordics are long-headed, arched and protruding occiput, high bridge, and straight nose. Body build is robust, color of eyes are blue and grey, skin color is fair and reddish white. They are found in different parts of northern India like Rajputana and Punjab area. The classification of tribes on the basis of economic activity pursued by them. There are different kind of economic activities such as shifting cultivation, forest hunting, settled cultivation or permanent cultivation, simple artisan, cattle herder, industrial, agriculture and road laborer. The tribes belonging to shifting cultivation are the northeastern tribes such as Garo, Khasi, Jayantia, Lepchas, and Malay tribes of Rajmahal Hills of Santhal Pargana. The tribal group belonging to settled agriculture cultivation or permanent cultivations are Gonds, Oraon, Santhals, Muria tribes, Gadawa, Ho, and Munda tribes. The third category of tribals belonging to simple artisans are Padhiya, Birhor, who are dependent upon basketry work, and both the tribes are found in the state of Jharkhand. The fourth category of tribe based on economic classification is pastoralist tribes, and the examples are Gaddis of Himachal Pradesh, Toda tribes of Nilgiri Hills of Tamil Nadu. These tribes are mainly depend upon cattle rearing and dairy farming. The last group of economic classification is industrial or roadside laborer. There are different tribal groups who belong to this classification. So, students, let us summarize what we have learned from this module. Tribes of India have been living in different geographical areas since time immemorial. On the basis of geographical regions, the tribes are divided into North and Northeastern Zone, Central Zone, and Southern Zone, and the tribes of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So, there are three different locations where the tribal populations are concentrated. They belong to different racial groups and different linguistic groups, such as Dravidian tribes, which belong to the South India, and example of such tribe are Todas, Kadars, Palian, and their language are Tamil and Telugu. Proto-Australide group of tribes include Oraon, Bhumij, Santhals, who are mainly found in the states of central India, including Rajasthan, including Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh. Tribes of northeastern states belong to the Mongoloid stock and they have their own distinctive physical features such as yellowish skin, presence of epicanthic fold, straight and light hair color. Tribes of northeastern states speak the language such as Bodo, Garo, Khasi. The tribals are also divided into different categories which is mainly based on the economic practices such as shifting cultivation, pastoralism, settled cultivation and industrial laborers. Some of the tribals are also well advanced and educated such as Meenas of Rajasthan and a number of Meenas have been employed in good government jobs. They are some of the tribal groups are still far lagging behind in the economic system due to their low level of technology and low level of educational achievement. The tribal people of this area are still undeveloped. Tribals who are still able to maintain their traditional form are more backward in regard to the socio-economic condition due to low level of technology, but the tribes who are assimilated with the Hindu social order under the influence of neighboring communities are better in socio-economic status due to exposure to the high level of technology or slightly better level of technology from the tribal group. Tribes as a whole are still very backward in technology and education. Majority of the tribal society is strongly patriarchal. Only a few society having the matrilineal societies such as Khasis and Garo tribes of northeastern state. Thank you.